Hello fellas, it's Si here from Si Moto Photo. Welcome back to the channel. I wanted to start off today's video by reaching out to everybody that's interacted, subscribed, liked, commented on any of the videos that I've posted over the last 12 months. I really appreciate it. It blows my mind that we're up at nearly 3,000 subscribers in 12 months. That people are enjoying the content just blows my mind. It's fantastic, and I really want to thank you. It means the world. But today I thought I'd bring you a little treat. This is the Triumph Speed 400. I've been waiting on one coming for some time. It's eventually dropped into the shop. Our first one went out to our first customer yesterday, and I've thrown a set of trade plates on this bike today. I'm going to take it out for a ride. I'm going to do a little bit of motorway, a little bit of town, a little bit of back road, and I'm going to tell you what I think of the Speed 400, and I'm going to tell you if I think 40 brake horsepower is enough for the road. So without further ado, let's swing a leg over it and let's get this wee thing out for a ride and see what it's all about. Let's go. Right, so welcome on board the Speed 400. I've just literally jumped on the bike and I thought, let's get the elephant out of the room right away, and we'll get this bike onto the motorway. So one of the reservations that I've heard from lots of people is, it's a 400cc bike, what's that going to be like on the motorway? Is it going to be enough? Well, for anybody that watches the channel, you'll know that I've got a Honda Monkey bike that I used to commute every day to work, and the Honda Monkey bike's got 9 horsepower, and I have so much fun in that little bike. Yeah, it's got a maximum top speed about 60 miles an hour, but it doesn't detract from the fun that you can have on the bike and the ease of use. And what it's done is it's completely opened my eyes into the world of small capacity motorcycles. You know, forever and a day I've been on about in big, you know, high capacity sport bikes, you know, big adventure bikes, and you know, you kind of get into this mindset where you think that the only way to have fun on a motorcycle is to have a big powerful motorcycle. Well, running the monkey bike has completely changed that for me. And when we first seen this bike coming through, the Speed 400, we thought, I got lots of questions to say, yeah, that's fine, but what's it going to be like on the motorway with only 40 horsepower? Well, let's just see. So I'm currently cruising along at 65 miles an hour, and my bike's going absolutely fine at 65, and I've still got acceleration there. So let's just do a little roll on, right? So I'm in 6th gear at the moment, so let's slow down to 50 miles an hour, and then let's open it up and see how quickly we get to 70. Now, it's not going to break any speed records, but let's see. So throttle open, here we go, 60 miles an hour, 70 miles an hour and still going. It's absolutely fine on the motorway. So anybody that's got any reservations about how this bike's going to be on the motorway, it will sit quite happily. You know, don't get me wrong, it's not its you know, its rightful home being on the motorway for long periods of time. I think where this bike's really going to excel is in the city, and you know, for people that are doing, you know, a 10-12 mile commute every day, you know, it's going to be absolutely perfect for that. But on the motorway it's fine. It just potters along 70 miles an hour, no problem at all. Box ticked. Do you know, I think one of the things that I'm really impressed with right away on the bike is the feeling of this suspension. Actually, it feels really quite nice. I'm a big lumpy a guy, 18 stone, and I'm on this bike, and I thought, you know, like when I'm on the monkey, you can feel the back end of it bottoming out quite a bit at times, but this feels actually really plush. I'm really surprised by that actually. It feels a lot better quality than I thought it would feel. So we're just going to take it in town, and we're going to see how torquey this little engine is for blitting about town. It sounds lovely. I can imagine with a little sports silencer on this, it really sound cool. These single cylinder engines, they just produce a fantastic noise when you put a nice little sports silencer on them. It really opens them up. They sound really, really throaty. Let's just flip up here because we're such a narrow profile. We'll be able to jump through all the traffic. It is a narrow profile actually. It sits really nice between your legs. And it's I'm 6 foot tall, but I've got a real bend in my knee when I'm sitting here on the bike. It's really quite low. The seat's quite comfortable as well. It seems quite well padded. I don't know what it'll be like in an hour's time. I'll report back once I've been on the bike for quite a bit. But it certainly feels nice to start with. What I couldn't get away with there is how refined it felt on the motorway. It felt really nice on the motorway. The feel, the suspension feel, the plushness of it, and it makes a lovely noise when you're thrumming along there at 70 miles an hour. But it didn't feel as if the bike was getting taxed. It felt as if the bike was more than capable of dealing with that on the motorway, no problem at all. It's got nice light levers. The clutch lever in particular is super light, and the switchgear looks quite nice as well. You've got a little sort of display in the middle that goes through a sort of trip menu with you. So, you've got a nice analog speedo, and then you've got a little sort of LCD panel just to give you some more information there as well. Nice smooth gear change, nice positive gear change as well. It sounds lovely. I love the noise of it. It's got a little burble as well, a little in the overrun, just sounds absolutely lovely. Yeah, so the dash here, so you can set through. You've got your odometer, obviously. You've got your trip 2. It'll work out your miles per gallon as you're going, I would imagine. It's giving you your average miles per gallon, and it's giving you your range of fuel. It's got a 14 litre tank, and it says on the charts it does about 80 miles per gallon. If that's, it's a 400cc, sounds about right. My monkey bike will do about 130, 140 miles per gallon. 80 miles per gallon, fantastic. I mean, what would you rather have? This or a monthly train ticket to commute with? No brainer, absolute no brainer. It's got great punch, great pickup, second gear. You would expect that with a single cylinder. That's the benefit of having a bike with a single cylinder. Yeah, it might not be able to do 150 miles an hour, but it's really punchy off the mark. It's got loads. They've always got loads of grunt, which is great for zipping in and out of cars. I've just come through the town there, and you would expect this, but it feels really, really light, obviously, and it is really, really light. But it's with it being such a narrow profile and a light bike to manage, it would be a joy in town and doing your commute and stuff like that on it, because you wouldn't need to think about it. You're not lugging some big, even some of these scooters you see are so wide. It's really quite a narrow profile that's on it, and it's got a lovely big bright headlight at the front, so you're plenty visible. And these little bar end mirrors that are on the bike, I just love bar end mirrors. I don't have them in my own bike, and I'd love to have them. They really open the view up behind you. You're not looking at your elbows or your shoulder. You've got plenty of visibility behind you, so they really make sense for a bike like this. Not only that, they look cracking as well. But let's get a little shot in some of the back roads, and let's see what she's like out in the back roads. See if she's all See if she's all that out in the back roads. So when you, the low bike's got a slip assist clutch on it. So when you're changing up and down the gears, it's a really smooth gear change that the bike's got. It just sort of slots into gear, and there's no dramas with, sometimes with single cylinders, you know, there's a lot of compression there and it can lock up the back tyre if you're heavy on your downshifts, but it seems to manage it really well. It just sort of slots into gear, no drama. And the same down the way when you're coming up to roundabouts and junctions and stuff like that, or even, you know, when you're motoring on a little bit and you're slowing down for a bend, when you're selecting down the gears, the bike just seems to cope with it really well. So let's just see what the pickup's like coming out of this bend. So we're in second gear. So there we go, third gear. Third gear's a lovely gear, as is fourth. Some great pickup. Fifth gear as well. I would say probably first gear and second gear's a wee bit short, just a wee bit, but third, fourth and fifth gear are lovely. Get some really good drive. Now when I was on the motorway there, I couldn't turn the cameras on because I wanted to take the bike a wee bit over 70 miles an hour to see how, you know, what it was like in terms of vibes and stuff like that, and I'm happy to report that it is really smooth up to about 75. After that you can start to feel the vibes coming through the tank just for it meets your crotch, but I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing actually, but let me report that it's quite happy to do over 70 mile an hour. How much over 70 mile an hour I don't know, but let's just say it's comfortable and over by quite a bit. It's just on these down changes, it's just lovely. You put it down, you select down the gear, it's just so smooth the way it changes. I've got to say, I'm really impressed with this bike. You know, this is light years ahead of my Monkey in terms of refinement and quality feel. It feels really good quality when you're on it, and it is. It's only about 800 quid more than what my Monkey was. That's mind blowing, and it's got 4 times the power. Would I swap my Monkey for one though? I don't know. It's a different kind of bike. So I just want to get a wee 4th gear. Great pickup, 4th gear. You know, it's everything I thought it would be and a little bit more, I've got to be honest. And I love the look of the speed. I think the speed looks great. Let's go for a wee cheeky overtake. Easy peasy, dispatched. What a great little bike. What a great little bike. I think, you know, I think anybody that's looking for this is either a second bike or even, you know, just an everyday bike. It's fantastic. Get yourself out and give it a shot. See what you think of it. I say watching reviews is great, and you know, I've only got an opinion the same as everybody else. And I know a lot of people out there maybe take it with a pinch of salt because I work in a Triumph shop, but listen, you take out of it what you would. I try and be as honest as I possibly can. You know, Triumph make a great bike and they make a really nice motorcycle. There's no denying that. And you know, all the bikes that are coming out of Triumph, they just seem to be, you know, really good quality bikes. And I don't think this is any exception. You know, the worry was, you know, because it's at such a low price point, that the quality was going to drop on it. But I have to be honest, I don't see it. I think it's a really nice bike. The ride's lovely, man. I'm trying to take it easy. It's a bit 1 degree today and the roads are really dirty, so I'm going to give this a real good clean when I go back. I'm not going to leave it with salt and stuff like that on it, because that would just be a shame. So it's going to get well looked after when I go back, let me tell you. It's so easy to ride. There's just no dramas with it. The buttons are nice, the layout's nice. I love the clocks at the front. There's some really nice detailing on the build of it as well. You know, the Triumph logos on the fuel cap. You know, the Triumph you know, embossed across your handlebar clamp here. Just little details. You know, that make it stand out, and that you know that make it look what a Triumph should look. Great bike. Absolutely brilliant bike. Right, I know you all want to know, what does this wee bike sound like? So where better to test what the bike sounds like than in the Clyde tunnel. So let's go and let's do a wee run through the Clyde tunnel and see what the Speed 400 actually sounds like. So turn your speakers up. Sounds cool, man. Right, let's accelerate up the hill, see what it's like. That sounds alright to me, I have to say. Tick! My God, how good did that sound going through the tunnel? Sorry about the overlay here. The microphone decided to not speak to my camera for the final sort of summary clip at the end, so apologies for that, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the video. I certainly enjoyed taking the bike out for a run today. It thoroughly exceeded my expectations, and I highly recommend you get your hands on one and get yourself out for a ride and experience what this little 400 bike's all about for yourself. But thanks everyone for tuning into the channel. Thanks everyone who interacts with the videos. If you've enjoyed the content, you'd like to see more content, please subscribe. Help me out with the video, give it a like and give it a share if you can. And more than anything else, if you can stick any comments in the comments section, any questions you would like answered, just drop them there and I'll get back to everyone as soon as I possibly can. But thanks again for tuning in to Motorway. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I'll catch you in the next video.